Hey, what's up everybody, Nexel here. Today we are playing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and kind of a weird thing that they didn't give us a notice for this. I flipped open my game, I was checking my notices, nothing there, but if you don't follow any sort of Facebook pages or Discord chats, or even play the JP version of the game, you probably didn't know that the game dropped this update. So if you go to any of the Birth by Sleep medals, so that's going to include this Terra right here, or Ventus, or the TAV combination HD Supernova one, or the Aqua, you will notice that there's a new Evolve button at the bottom right, and what that means is that without giving us a notice, they finally allowed us to upgrade our Birth by Sleep Supernova medals into Supernova Plus, which is a really big deal, and a lot of players were waiting for it because, number one, they dumped a lot of jewels into getting these medals and trying to perfect trait them back when they were non-mercy. Number two, it ups their total strength, and that's pretty crucial at this game, considering that this game right now is focusing on having super high amounts of strength in order to deal any sort of damage whatsoever. So to be able to have this medal go from powerful to even more powerful is really good. These are fantastic medals to level up, and by far, now that they're Supernova Plus, they're going to be still among the best medals in the entire game. So why is it important to upgrade from Supernova into Supernova Plus? So right now my Aqua sits at 17,599. That's going to be 16,599 plus the 1,000 from Chips and Dales. And it's kind of unfair because I have all these strength stats, all these strength traits added on there. But the point is that it's going to raise the total strength of the medal from that 17,599 into something which I'm expecting to be around like 22,000, which is really big. So instead of just talking to you about numbers and whatnot, we're actually just going to go ahead and test drive why it's important to go from Supernova into Supernova Plus. If you haven't checked out my Supernova versus Supernova Plus damage dealing video that I did with the Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora, go ahead and check that out. That's definitely worth taking a look into for the math. But we're going to go ahead and test it. We're going to summon a raid boss, and then we're just going to smack it with the Aqua, and then we're going to smack it with the Aqua after it's Supernova Plus. So let's go ahead and summon our raid boss. I didn't want to summon it too early because if I left it early and then my party members wanted to take care of it, then I'd have to summon another one, and that's just going to be a whole problem. So we're going to summon it here. We're going to test out our Aqua on it as it sits right now. So we're going to pull out our calculator and do the math necessary to show you that it's important to go from Supernova into Supernova Plus and how it changes the total amount of damage that we're going to be doing. Alright, so disclaimer, it might be a bad sample just because if there's a critical hit activation or something like that, it's going to skew the numbers. But without further ado, let's go ahead, jump right in, and see how much damage our Supernova Aqua does right now. So we're going to do 2 times activation here just so that we can get like perfect buffs going. Then we're just going to hit this thing. Okay, so now we're at our Aqua. Right now the boss is sitting at some really high number that I'm just going to plug into my calculator rather than trying to say it out loud. And then we are going to hit once with our Aqua. Alright, so 8, 3, 3, 1. Okay, so that did about 817 million points of damage, which is a lot, but it's about to be a lot more. So let's go ahead and hop out of here. And then I'll show you that it's really important to go from Supernova to Supernova Plus for damage dealing purposes, which in general is going to help you with all sorts of content. So PvP, dealing with enemies, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go from Supernova into Supernova Plus. And going into this evolve screen, just keep in mind here, so right now our strength stat is at 17,599. We're going to go back to level 1, which is going to drop it, drop the level so that we can level up some more and give even more strength. So again, better shown than explained, because that way it makes a lot more sense. Alright, so this is our new Aqua. Supernova got enhanced, and then our base strength went up. So let's go ahead and level this up even further with experience medal. So let's filter out all the Scrooges, and then let's go ahead and level this thing back up. And not only can we update the base strength, but now that it's Supernova Plus, we're allowed to put more Chips and Dales on it, which allows us to even further bump up our strength. Alright, so it's sitting at plus 1,000 chips. Now we can add even more chips. So let's go ahead and upgrade here. So let's see. I need 2,000. So we'll do 2 more rows of this guy. I know I didn't do that math right. There we go. Whoop. Nope. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now we're sitting at a fancy plus 3,000 strength. So actually, I kind of guessed wrong. We're actually sitting at 23,000 strength, which is really, really good. So we'll go ahead, head back to our raid boss, and see how much damage we now do in comparison to our first Supernova, when it was just Supernova, the regular Supernova, okay? So we'll go ahead, activate our Kyrie twice, and then we're just going to smack this thing around. So 1... I know I've got like extra attack on a few of these, so I gotta be careful to not skip over the Aqua Metal. Alright, so right now our boss is sitting at, let's see, what is that, 9 billion? Irrelevant, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's what it's sitting at. We're gonna activate our now Supernova plus Aqua and see how much damage we now get out of this. So... Alright, so we went from dealing 817,952,925, or let's just keep it simple. 818 million really, to dealing 1,155,000. So that is a pretty significant amount of damage and difference. Let's see here. So proportionally, or given as a ratio, we're dealing almost 1.4 times as much damage, which is a big deal. That's like It's a big number. I'm trying to do some sort of metaphor in my head right now, but just know that it's a lot more damage compared to that 817 million. We're now doing over 1 billion damage, and that's not to say if you already don't have extra attack on the metal, it's even doing that much more damage. So it's pretty awesome that they're upgrading these to Supernova Plus. It allows us to do more damage, and it allows us to crank out more from a metal that most people already have solidly traded. And then if people got it from like the ticket draws, now it's upgraded to Supernova Plus. The Supernova attack does not do the valued plus 250% guilt. So right here, it doesn't do the plus 250% guilt, but it did increase it from the 100 times to 150 times damage, up to 150 times damage to 200 times damage, depending on how many enemies are left. But overall, just a really cool update that I'm kind of shocked they didn't give us a notice about, because a lot of people were looking for this. But if it follows the Japanese trend, they are going to drop a 10 Mercy banner for the Birth by Sleep trio tomorrow or later today. I'm not really sure. Japan got it, I believe they're getting it soon. So in a few hours they're going to be getting it, because they're like X amount of hours ahead. So they should be getting that soon. We should be expecting it tomorrow. But if you have those Supernova medals right now, so again, we're looking at Supernova Terra, Aqua, Ventus, or the combination trio. If you have any of those 4 medals, know that they are upgradable to Supernova Plus, and I hope that accelerates your game a lot better. I hope that lets you beat some more content, especially the Shiva challenge that comes out, because they always do this when there's content that people are having a hard time passing. They're going to slap a last-minute edition in order to make people buy it, rush to get it, whatever, in order to make sure they can push out that content so that players feel better about being able to do things like that. So with that being said, that's the end of this video. If there are any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. But as always, everyone, until next time, take it easy.